From Soldier Field, I'm Kevin Fishbain. He's Arthur Arkush for ChicagoFootball.com. The Bears lose 48-23 to the Arizona Cardinals, fall to 0-2 on the season. And Arthur, the offense got off to a nice start. They're moving the ball well, running it with Cutler, Matt Forte, a couple big pass plays. They were right there with the Arizona Cardinals, and he throws the pick six and injures himself in the process. Jimmy Clausen came in, and the offense really couldn't get back on track.
Yeah, no, I don't think Clausen ever really had a chance, frankly. He didn't appear to be on the same page as his receivers, who were already backups. The offensive line wasn't giving him a lot of help, but it was a little ironic. Cutler, Adam Gase has been tapping into his athleticism. You'd think maybe it's one of those zone reads where he gets banged up, but he suffers what we're being told is a hamstring injury when he was trying to make a tackle on the pick six, and this offense was already challenged. It looks like it's going to be really tough sledding if it's Jimmy Clausen under center moving forward.
And even when Clausen got the short field, thanks to a muff punt and Jared Allen interception, they couldn't capitalize. Third and goal, short yardage play. The defense stuffs Matt Forte in the backfield, similar to what we saw last week against Green Bay. Speaking of some of those similarities on the negative side, defensive side of the ball, Allen Ball and Kyle Fuller. Last week, they were right there in coverage, but couldn't make a play on the ball. This week, right there in coverage, two huge pass interference penalties. Both led to touchdowns, and Kyle Fuller gave up a couple of big plays to Larry Fitzgerald and was eventually, well, we think he was benched.
Yeah, whether it was biting on the flea flicker or not looking back for the football on that first huge penalty, the 42-yarder, Ball and Fuller combined on 80 yards worth of penalties on the first three defensive series. I think it's say that the Bears are who the Cardinals thought they were. It was pretty clear the challenge right out of the gate was a vertical passing attack. Everyone knew it was coming. The Bears weren't close to up to the challenge at all.
Yeah, and then you look at the way the game started. We kind of forgot about that. It was a kickoff return for a touchdown for Arizona's David Johnson. Another thing the Bears knew was coming. They knew they had the speed, and they weren't able to recover. So now we go forward to this next week. Is it Jay Cutler? Is he going to come back from the injury? How long is he out? Jimmy Clausen. And I guess if there's a bright note, a positive note, Josh Bellamy, his first career catch, 48-yard touchdown for playing extra snaps because Alshon Jeffrey was out. And back to the defense briefly. They hit Carson Palmer 6 times, but 0 sacks, and Pernell McPhee said they just couldn't get off the field on third down.
A couple of those hits came rather late. A couple of them came with Allen being unopposed, a free rusher. So 0 sacks through 2 games, and this is a secondary where they need all kinds of pressure just to be adequate. Obviously, that hasn't been the case, and there's major trouble brewing. These new pass rushers that were brought in have done very little, and the Bears have no wins to show for it.
Depending on how long Cutler's out and what this means for the offense, and if the defense can recover, we might look back to that interception, because again, things were okay up until that point as a real turning point. The way that we'll see how the season goes. Only 12% of teams since 1990 have started the season 0-2. And made the playoffs. We'll have full analysis from Hallis Hall on Monday and throughout the week as the Bears prepare for the Seattle Seahawks. Be sure to stick here at ChicagoFootball.com for all the best Bears coverage.